Oh, good evening, everyone. Can everyone hear me? So, if you can hear me, kindly drop a comment on the chat box. Can anybody hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. Just send a message to the comment section if you can hear me. Okay, good, good. Okay. Let's wait a bit more. Maybe in 2 to 3 minutes, we are going to start fully so that others can join us. Okay, good, good. Okay. Okay, so I think we have sizable numbers of participants online. So, good evening, everyone. My name is okay. So my name is Samuel Ogudoro, and this evening we'll be looking at a prototype of what the Hrorbn CBT exam might look like. This is the first time that the NDs and HNDs will be having the CBT exam. So, what we are going to do is that we don't have the official software of Hrorbn, so it's contracted to a private firm, so that has the ownership of the software. But from the findings and information that we had, we are able to get something that is very similar. So will be looking at about 2 to 3 software that is used for CBT exam and how the interface might look like. So that is what we are going to be doing this evening. Okay, so let me try and launch the software so that we can get started. It's exam guide. So I want to believe you can see hear me and the video quality is manageable. If you can hear me, let me still know if we are still together. Give me a minute, please. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen now so that we can look at the interface of the software that we'll be using. Just share my window. Share this. Okay. So can we see my screen? If you can see what I have on my screen, so kindly drop a comment that you can see it, so that we'll know if anybody is having issues connecting. So drop it on the comment section if you can see what I have on my screen. Okay, so we'll be choosing practice question for the purpose of this examination. So there are some certain things that I would want us to look at in the interface. You've power on your system that you want to use, there are certain things that you need to do or that you need to take note. The first thing is to understand the interface. The interface is the screen of the system, what it display. So this software now, this particular software I've already signed in. So but for the exam, it's possible you have something like this. And- Okay, I can see. Can we see the screen now? For those that have been unable to see my screen, can you see the screen that I have now? Okay, and I want to share something else. Okay, so are we seeing this? Sorry. Okay. So when you sign in, when you've booted the software, the system, and you are signing to the system, there is possibility that you have something like this where you put in your details. So where you put in your details on the software. Okay, I'm working on fixing the screen for the people that can't see the screen. So this is what we are going to do. Let me just share. Okay, hold on. For people that are unable to see my screen, so I'm trying to.
Don't say you're going to see us.
Hmm?
Don't say you're going to see us.
They are going on.
Huh?
They are going on. They going for 6.
But radio, go.
Radio.
Radiology.
Why you go they say radio earlier?
Radio and radiology, no be the same thing. Don't start.
Go they pay me. I'm in the class. Please give me your phone.
Just a minute, I need to reply this. You take long?
No. If I check your live chat, no issue. Okay, as soon as you're able to see the screen, let me know before we move forward, so that we'll be sure that everybody is able to see the screen. So, okay, seems a lot of people now are seeing the screen more.
Just a minute.
Seems everybody can now see the screen, have you?
Actually, don't be walking.
So, I didn't even notice. So I'm trying to wait for others to confirm that they can now see the screen. Akinola, why can't you see the screen? You should be able to see it now. Please retry your network. Just go out, then click on the link again to join the call. So I believe majority are seeing it now. So Ayodele and Orelua, those are the two people we are waiting for. Okay.
I'm charged
I
laptop.
just charge the system,
I
Kashi,
want to charge it.
that user that I mentioned.
Since I'm not put together.
Let's do it now.
They come call again and say, and about the year to come sometimes in the best now the power for you.
By Lusha.
Everybody's weekend charge.
I wasn't talking, so I just want to be sure that we can see the screen first
I don't.
before we um, continue.
It's a wrong time to answer. Maybe I'm first.
Continue.
This is screenshot. No screenshot.
I just want to reduce the sound.
You cannot.
Okay, I want to believe we can move forward now. James, can you hear me now? Okay, good. So, let's continue. Which screen was I even sharing? Okay, so I'm going to, so we are going to have this kind of interface. So what you might need to do, I don't want to believe you have something as detailed as this. You are offering two courses per day. So you are just going to select the courses that you are to do. So, and this is the sign-in page. I've entered my details. So I'm going to show us how you are going to sign in. So maybe at the end of using this software, but I want us to just move along first. So I don't want to prolong this class unnecessarily. So, but at any point, if you can't see my screen, you can't hear me, just put it under the comment section so that we would ensure that everybody is carried along. So you select maybe get started. Trying to check. Okay, can we all see this screen, this interface?
How do you do this one? Huh? How do you do this one?
Are you still using your phone? Give me your phone, please. So if you confirm, that's the question. So let me know if everybody can see this screen. It's a shame.
Hmm. Okay, what's up? What's up? I need to keep replying to some. Oh, okay. He still wants them. I need to quickly make a call. Yeah. Oh.
Okay, good. So let's wait for a few more people to confirm they can now see the screen. Fatih Alajire, can you see the screen now? Okay, so I think it's safe to Adebayo Kemisola, please check your network. Okay, so there are some things that I want us to take note. Like I said earlier on, the interface, the screen of the computer system. I'm going to show us what I have on the screen. On the top left corner, you see logout. So that is when you are done. You know, like I said, when you are starting, you need to sign in by entering maybe your full name, your index number, or whatever details the board will want you to okay, or whatever details the board wants you to use to sign in, maybe your name, your school, and your index number. So when you are done on the top left corner here, so that is where you log out. Then you have the calculator. So there's possibility that you have an inbuilt calculator with okay, yes, might be network. If you are still unable to see me now, it's probably your network. So just leave the call, then join back again. So you have the calculator here. Once you click on it, you are able to access the inbuilt calculator of the software. Now, let's assume that if the board software does not have an inbuilt calculator like this, what you can just do is to click on your window key on the system, on the laptop or desktop or whatever you are using. Then you see the search bar, then search for calculator. So every system has a calculator. That is if the software do not have the calculator. So you might need to you can use the system calculator. So now you can see now that I have two calculators on my screen. The first one is the one that the software has. This right here is the one that the software has. And this other one is what my system has. And um, every software, every system already has a calculator. So you just search for it by pressing the window key on the system. The window key is the one that has this four square on the keyboard. Okay, good. Seems everybody can follow now. So you press that key to bring up this something like this. Then you can now search for calculator. So and you do that. Calculator.
You see it.
So are we still together? Jesu to Fumi. Can you work on changing that user?
That's what I'm doing.
Let me know if you don't get it. Valerie, why?
Because I said I couldn't before. Yeah, because I had to go somewhere. I don't want me.
Okay, so let's continue.
I'm trying to. Should I
So,
take it to them now?
eh?
Should I take it to them now? Turn it already.
And you've loaded
The what?
the HMIs, the
Let me
HMI
go to
set location,
yeah, I pharmacy. Yeah?
or check emergency, one of the two. Okay, so I'm going to close back the calculator now. So if you are not using it, as you can see, it's affecting the interface. So you close the calculator. So it's not when you close the calculator, it doesn't affect whatever you are doing on the software. So other things that we have on this software, you might not have it on the examination software because this is just a practice software. So now there are two things then. Also at the top left corner, you can see where my name is. So the board software should have something similar to where you have your sign-in details. In case of the exam, it might be your index number. It might not be name. So, but you are going to have something like that to indicate who is answering that particular question. The IPP, please check your network. You should be able to see the software. You should be able to see the screen. So let me know once you are able to check that and check your network connection, please. So, two other things that we are going to note. When we are signing in, we selected two courses. So, and you have the two courses there. So, you have, for the purpose of this training, you have the English and biology. Okay, good. So, for the purpose of this training, we have English and biology because definitely you are going to be writing two exam daily. So, you might have something similar like this, and you have the option of choosing if you are answering. I think the first question, the first paper will be earth planning, earth record, and earth planning. So, what you are going to do is to select which of the two courses you want to answer first. So you can start the second course, the biology first. You have its own questions. So once you click on it, you can see now that the biology is bold. So to indicate that I'm on biology. So let's say hypothetically this is the earth planning. So you are able to click the course that you want to do the exam. Then you can switch back to earth record without submitting. So on the interface, we have the submit button. So this is the submit button. So I keep mentioning it. The thing with software is that there are little difference. We are going to use another software for this training so that you understand better what I'm saying. There might be little difference in the interface. The interface is the screen, how it shows. Basically, that is what interface is. So in some software, or maybe in the board software, the submit that we have here might be somewhere down here, or it might be after this next. So the softwares, the interface might be little different, but the concept is always the same. So, and on the far right hand side corner, we have your timer countdown. So you have your timer countdown that will be counting the numbers of time that you have left. So, Lawal Olayinka, put your phone on landscape. You should be able to see the screen better that way. So it shouldn't be blurry, and check your network. So you have that. So now you have the questions that you want to answer. The numbers of the questions are listed down here. Can we see this numbers question 1 to 60? So depending on the numbers that the board sets, maybe I think they are working on 100 questions. I'm not too sure, but with the numbers of questions that you have, you are going to see the numbers down here. So you have question, when you look at this place, you see question 1 of 60. So that means I'm at question 1. Then you also have this saying attempted 0 of 60. So that means I've not attempted any question. Then you have this number 1 that is highlighted in another color, different from the other ones, because that is saying that I'm on number 1 question. So then you select whatever options that you want to use. So for the purpose of this training, I'm just selecting A. So then you click on next. So we can see that two things have changed. Here we have question 2 of 60. And here you see that this place has turned to yellow to indicate that I have answered question 1. Um, to indicate that you have answered question 1. Ash Lawal Olayinka and Adamu. So can you let me know once you are able to get me clearly? So it should be fine unless your network is not okay. So please retry. So the first question, the number 1, has changed to another color because I've answered that question. So then I'm at question 2. Now you can see that it's also in another color to indicate that that is where I am. So for the purpose of this training, I'm going to select A also for question 2 and select next. So now there's something that I want us to notice, or to note rather, that question 3 now, I haven't selected any answer. Possibly maybe I'm doing calculation. I At that moment I didn't know the answer to question 3. I can move to the next question and come back to question 3 later on. So I can come back to question 3 later on. So let's, like as you can see now, I haven't selected any answer on this question 3. So I can move to question 4 and just answer question 4. Let me choose D as my answer to question 4. So then select next. So I want us to, if your screen is not clear, put it on landscape so you'll be able to see better that way. So you notice this interface down here. It's telling me that I've attempted 3 questions out of 60 questions, and it has changed the color of the questions that I have answered. Okay, good. So it has changed the color of the questions I've answered. I've answered question 1, I've answered question 2, I've answered question 4, and I'm currently on question 5. So I can leave 5 to and go to 6. Okay, this one doesn't want us to use their software. So I'll go to question 6. So that is basically how that works. So you can select a question and move to the next one. So when you are ready to answer that question now, we can come back to question 3 and answer the question. Then you don't submit until you are able to Ayodele, please check your network, or if anybody can't see the screen, let me know so that we'll check. But I think everybody should be able to see my screen. So you don't submit. Okay, good. So you don't submit unless you are done with the courses. You know, this one now we are done with. Let's assume that we've answered all the 60 questions on Earth record. Then you come to biology and answer the question. If you are not seeing it clearly, change your phone screen to landscape so that you have more screen. So it's because the phone screen is small. That's why it's like that. So I'm using system to project, and I'm also confirming on two other phones. Uh, so when you are done with one course, you don't submit until you are done with both courses. So that is when you can now submit. So let's say I'm done now with this course, with the both courses I want to submit. Then you just click on. Okay, so you have something like this. Any software that is good should have something like this. Do you really want to end the exam now? You should be able to have something. If you have question, just drop it so that I can attend to it. So, do you really want to end the exam now? If you are done, you click on yes. If it is by mistake, you click on no and you submit. So once you've submitted the what's it called? The question would have you answered. You just go back to it when we okay, I will answer this question. Omole asks that if maybe we answered question 1 wrongly, how do we go back to the question? So just like I showed us, you just click on um, the question, then you choose the right one. You can always just update it. No, 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 no. It doesn't require you to be pressing Control S. Control S is shortcut for saving on many softwares on the system, but the CBT softwares automatically saved your responses. So, and once you click on submit, so it saves your, okay, no problem. Yes. So when you are answering the question, the software automatically saves your responses. And when you click on submit, it identifies that you are done with that question and it saves automatically. So you don't need to do anything else for it. So when you log out, we are going to log out now. It means that you are done with the exam. Yes, it means that you have ended the exam. So that is logout. So then you should be able to still have something that asks you if you really want to log out. So then yes.
What are you doing on that?
It's okay. So can we see this? When I was presenting the other time, I made mention of um the user. It's okay. Nofisat asked if the software will score you immediately. From the back end, it will score immediately or however they programmed it. Most of those things are dependent on how the programmers programmed that software. So it's going to score it immediately, but you are not going to, no, the result is not going to be out immediately, but the score would have been saved from the back end. You are not going to see that result. But once you submit, the system would have calculated your score and sent to the software administrator. So you as the end user, the person that wrote the exam, you'll not be able to see that result, but the system has saved it automatically at the back end. So your result is safe. So you don't need to worry that you don't see your result again once you have submitted. I just answered this question, patience. You don't see the results immediately. You don't see the results immediately. So you are going to see it's going to be saved and the result will be sent back end. Um, Mutiat asked, assuming we are still working and the computer shuts down, will the time still be reading or stop? Mutiat, the best is for you to pray that your system do not shut down. And most CBT centers should have a backup when lights goes off. Your system do not go off immediately. So your system do not go off immediately because once your system shuts down, that means whatever you have done got saved automatically and sent to the back end. Like I mentioned, the result of, let's say you've only answered 10 questions, the system now shut down without any backup. So whatever that 10 questions you've answered gets sent to the back end immediately, and um, you are unable to sign in again. So because if you are able to sign in again, the implication is that you can write exam now, you can submit now, and still come back again, say that you want to write that same exam. So a good software for such an exam will not allow you to sign in again once you have submitted. Adam, I just answered this question. Once you submit, whatever you want to do, make sure you do it before you submit. So whatever you want to do, whatever correction you want to do it before you submit. Then Bukola said, what other way can be used if I do not know how to use mouse? Um, First thing, try and learn how to use mouse. It's not hard. If it is desktop or laptop, there's none of it that is hard. So just try and learn it. That is the first one. And you might be lucky. The mouse only has two keys. It only has two buttons. I'm not with my mouse here. Let me see if I can see the mouse. Okay, give me a minute. Let me see if I can get a mouse. Okay, sorry, I couldn't get um I couldn't get any mouse for me to just demonstrate to the person that if you mistakenly submit, that means you are done with that exam. If you submit, do you have chance to enter again? No, you don't have chance. If you submit, you don't have chance to submit to enter again. I can't hear you. Sorry. Okay. Then what does backend means? Backend means that um you are saying front end where you are writing the exam is the front end where you have all this interface where you can sign in, you can click things. Back end means only what the software admin can see. So that is what the back end means. So let me launch another software so that we can see different interface. Then, like I told us, this is what we have on my screen is like a sign-in page. So, Mission Hospital. So depending on whatever the board wants, so they might ask you to add your name, your email address. But in case of this exam, so I'm going to answer this. Okay, Tosin, I'm going to answer your question in the next software that we are going to look at. So this is a sign-in page. So let me launch another software so that we can look at that. And I don't know what the pass mark is. I don't know what the pass mark is. It's the board that will determine the pass mark. So it's the board. No, if you are done with health record management and you are not done with um and you are not done with health planning, don't submit. Don't submit. So don't submit. She will sign the leg sha. Jesus. So what do I use to sign? Yes, Miriam, you only submit when you are done with both. Um, okay. So I want to believe we can still see my screen. Everybody can see my screen, right? So if you can see my screen, let me know. So we are going to choose two courses too and start practice mode. Okay. Can key in. Okay. So now you can see the screen, the interface. Like I keep mentioning, the interface is what you are able to see. So what you are able to see on the software. is the interface. So this one now, the moment you want to start the exam, it's asking you, it's giving you instruction. So if the software has a built-in instruction like this, apart from the one they will tell you orally during the exam, try and read each and every of the instruction. So try and read each and every of the instructions. So, like this one, I saying practice mode, total number of question 50 minutes, total time given 35 minutes. So you are going to have, you might have something like this too. So read the instructions before you start. So I click on start exam. So then, okay. So to answer um, to submit the two questions. Tosin's question: What now? Depending on the time that you are given, let me try and answer Oluwatosin's question again. Depending on the time that you are given, like I said, the first thing when you notice that first software that we used to, the timer was down. It was counting down the moment we start the exam. So you can look at this one now. You have 34 minutes for this exam. So depending on the time they give you, it's going to be, let's say, 2 hours. If they give you 2 hours, that 2 hours will be counting for, yes. So the time will be counting for both courses. The timing will be counting for both courses. End of Gloria, please try and refresh your network. So the time will be counting for the two courses. So and on this part now, we have the English language on the left hand side here. So let me answer. Somebody asked the other time that, let's say this question two now, I chose A. Then when I was doing my question, I realized that question two I should have chosen B. So let's go on first. This is question three. I choose C here. Question four, I choose E. So, like I keep telling us, the interface, you can see, once we've answered question two, it turns to red. Once we've answered question three, it turns to red. So the thing is just that it changes color. It doesn't mean that you always see red. The first software that we use change it to something, I think, orange. So, but this one is changing it to red. And let's say I go to question six without answering that, then you click on next. So it has indicated that I've not answered question five. It has indicated that I've not answered question five by not turning question five to um, red. So now let's now say my question four. I previously chose E and I realized that I should have chosen A. You just click on A. Once you click on A, it changes the answer. So I believe I've been able to answer that person's question. So it changes automatically to the latest one. Then to the other person question saying the time. The time I've answered that several times. The time counts for both courses. And you don't submit. Like now, I was previously on English language. That is where you see the green. But now I've come to chemistry. Let's say that is my earth planning. So I can answer some questions on chemistry too, answer some questions, then come back to English language. Maybe previously when I was answering English, I didn't answer all the questions. So I can come back to English language to come and continue my answers under English language. So I want to believe that answers all our questions. So then to the person, um, um, Patience, I believe I've answered your question. Clementina, can key N, P, and S be used? I don't know. Like I keep saying, some of these things are depending on the programmers, the person that did the software. So, and as we've known, it's not the board that developed the software, it's a private entity. So, depending on the programmer, that is what will determine if N, P, and all these things you mentioned can work instead of you clicking. And like I said, it's not something hard for you to click. The mouse has two buttons. You just click on the right click. So once you right click, it selects whatever you want to select, and you're able to do that. So I think we have been able to cover much of what we need to cover. So before we round it up, okay, let me see if we can use one more software. Exam guide, my school. There, Miriam Ayodele, there is no system. There is no system. Thank you, Chikwid. There's no system that doesn't have a calculator, and I've shown you how you can get the calculator on the system. So I've shown you how you can get the calculator on the system. So what else am I missing? Okay, so let's check this last software before we call it a day. So the first thing, you choose your courses, and on the this side you have the username, where I can just put my name. You have time. So then shuffle questions. So let's just start the exam. Okay. So um can we see the screen? If you can see my screen, just if you can see my screen, let me know so that we can continue. Just comment if you are able to see my screen. Okay, and Gloria, I'm going to show that again. Said she didn't get how to get the calculator. Now, there are two ways. Okay, so the first thing that I want us to notice is to check the interface. The interface of this software is different from the first two one that we've used. Gloria, please check your network. I think almost everybody can see my screen. Sherifat, you need to just hold on. We are going to see where the submit button is together. So I want us to look at the software and look at the screen. No, you are not going in with a personal calculator. So I don't think you'll be allowed to bring in calculator. We've answered that a few times. So the time is running on both. The Adamu, your spelling of course is wrong. But to answer your question, the time is running for both courses. So if you have 2 hours, just like I have on my software now on this my exam. Look at this top right hand corner. My time is reading for both courses. So it will be reading for both courses. So for Gloria that asked about calculator, so there are two ways to get calculator. One is that the calculator, the software might come with calculator. The software might come with the calculator. So for this software now, look at this place. You know calculator icon now? You can see it on the right hand side here. So just click on this icon and it brings out the calculator. Comrade Imran, maybe when you are done, after this training session, the once we are done with the live session, the video will be uploaded to the YouTube. So, and to all of us too, we can check this tutorial, this class, this training that we are doing. We can check it later on the channel. So it will be uploaded to the channel. So we'll be able to have access to it. So if we have friends that is not currently online, or maybe our network is disturbing us now. So when we are done with this training, the video will be uploaded to the YouTube channel. So, Gloria, can you see? Do you see how to see how I bring out the calculator now? Because the software already has the calculator. So that is how you should do that. So I'm going to close the calculator. I don't need it. Then when you look at this place, you see the submit. You see the submit. Who was asking about submit the other time? So the submit is just beside the calculator. So that is the submit button. And like I said, don't come here unless you are ready to submit. Once you submit, it is gone. Once you submit, it is gone. So you have no way to come back to it. So we can see the little differences that we are having in the softwares. We have used three softwares now, and we can see the differences, little softwares. You know, the second one that we used, the calculator is towards the left hand side. If you do not finish the exam when the time is up, your question is the same thing with if your system shuts down. Whatever you have done, if you have answered 5 questions, will be saved automatically and your answer sent to the backend. So you are not going to see it. It's going to be sent to the backend. And I've explained what backend is to. So it's system administrator that can see that. So that means from you, as far as you as end user is the person using the system. The submit is for both courses. Oh, I don't know why I have to be repeating one thing. The submit is for both courses, the time is for both courses. So once you submit, you are done. But you can switch. Look at this top corner, the left corner. So I'm on English language currently. So I'm on English language. So I can switch to mathematics and answer question on mathematics. So question two, let's say I pick this. So and I'm done. So, but if I now realize that I'm not done with my English, I can come back to the first course. So I can come back to the first course and click on the answer or the one that I want to do. So and continue my work. So then when I'm now done, I can now click on submit. So I don't want to take much of our time. We have used like 1 hour. So, but I want to believe that we have gained one or two things in this training. So if you are able to, if this training has helped you to understand how If the calculator on the screen address. Okay, so comfort Patrick. Yes, yes, there are some software that you can use online. To answer Oluwatosin, there are some software. Just go to your app store or your play store, search for CBT, Jam CBT, practice software or app. So you should be able to see some. So, okay, Patrick asks that if we do not have calculator, if the software do not come with the calculator, just like this one comes with the calculator, what you do is you click on the window key. The window key on the keyboard is the one that has four buttons, that has, I mean, four squares. So it's beside the space bar. It's always beside the space bar. The space bar um, is the longest key on the keyboard. So beside it, you have the window key towards the left side. So I'm going to press that now. So once you press it, depending on the window that is on the system, you are going to have something similar to this, where you can search. Can you see the search icon? So then I search for calculator. When you are doing this, do not close your examination software. Do not close it. So I've searched for calculator. Once you are typing it, you see calculator, then you click on calculator. So then let's say for now, um, the calculator, it has covered what I want to do. You just click and drag it to one side. So you just click and drag it to one side. Um, so you click and drag it to one side. Then you have your question that you're answering on one side and what you want to type on the other side. So you have your answer, then you just pick your answer. So do anybody have any other question? Do we have any other question? So do anybody has any question? So if you don't have question, just put it in the comments so that I will know that um, they are still with me and we can look at closing or calling it a day. Do anybody still have any other question? Can anybody still hear me? I'm not seeing any reaction from any one of us. If you can hear me, drop it in the comments. Let me know that you can still hear me. Can anybody still hear me? So that will be all for this training session. I want to believe we've gained one or two things, and let's just try and read whatever we can. Let's use the past questions or theories that we have to guide how we read for the CBT. So, okay, I didn't get what is your question? Ah, I've closed something. Does the result come out? Okay, I'm checking the comment section now for the questions that I've missed. I'm coming, please. So give me a minute, let me check the questions. Um, Adenike Ramot asked if she doesn't want to um, answer the two courses at the same time. When you are done with one, you move to the other course. I'll show us how that one is. Is it Justina? I'm glad that you enjoyed the tutorial. For the benefit of those that are joining late. Okay, I'll show you the interface for those that join in late, how you sign in. And like I mentioned earlier on, this tutorial is still going to be on the YouTube channel. So when we are done with this now, it's going to be on the YouTube channel. So I can hear. Will there be pen and paper? You are writing CBT exam, Aduke. Definitely, there's not going to be paper and pen. But if you know you need it, buy foolscap sheet A4 paper with pen so that they can see that there's nothing on it. Then you can tell the supervisor you want to take it in. Maybe if you want to calculate, I want to believe you're asking that because of calculation. How did I drag the calculator to one side? Okay, I'm coming back to that. Um, Okay, Egbemi asked, how do I drag the calculator to one side? I'm coming. Let's open the calculator again. Okay, so to the person that asked how I change or I drag the calculator to one side, two process. You click and you drag. Now, how do you click and drag? Um, can you see my mouse? Where my mouse is pointed is at the top of the calculator. Then you use one hand to um, right click. You don't release that right click. Once you click on that right click, I didn't mean that you can see. Okay, let me see if I can show. I just hope my system do not shut down. Really scared for my system not to shut down. So I want to show how to click and drag. I'm concerned for my system not to shut down. I'm unable to show you. Okay, so what you just need to do, like I mentioned, you click and drag. So you right click on the mouse and hold it. Then you now move it to which side, wherever side you want it to go. I want it to move to the left side now. So I'm moving it to left side. My hand has not been removed from the mouse. So I'm just dragging it to where I want it. So that's what you do. So when you are done, you just leave it. So yes, patience, your questions will be different. It's a CBT exam, so it's all programmed on the software. Um, what if I come with my calculator? I doubt if they will allow you to go in with your calculator along with me. So I doubt if they will allow you go in with your calculator. Okay, let me ask you a question. Yes, for the purpose of the exam, I think the questions will be different. Oluwatosin was asking if these questions will be different on each person. That means, let's say me now, from student A, from OHAC, your question will be different from question for student B from the same school. So it's going to be different. But the thing is that in overall, the question might be the same thing, but your own number one might be my own number 10. So it's just a way to prevent malpractice. So definitely your questions are going to be different. Miriam Ayodele have answered this question before. The software, every system, every system already has a calculator. You can check this with any system that you have. And if you don't have the calculator, you can call me or send me a message on WhatsApp. Um, so with the invigilator, Jiba reacts, will the invigilator help us in case we had problems signing in? I don't know the arrangements, but yes, they should. They should be able to help you in case you're having challenges, or the IT support of the facility where you're writing the exam. So they should be able to. Ayodele, what was your question again? Oh, I've answered your question that you asked about calculator. So do anybody still have any other question? Florence, I've answered this question earlier on. So just buy an A4. Florence was asking, will the invigilators allow us to bring in sheet of paper for calculating? Buy a plain sheet. Once they say that it's plain sheet, then explain yourself that you need it for calculator, for calculating. So um, you should you should be able to take that in. Again, please, what's your question? You can retype the question. I don't think I saw your question. Please resend your question if I've not answered your question. Jennifer, please resend your question. I didn't see the question you said I didn't answer. I think we have come to the end of the training, so I'm just waiting for us to have general remarks, any other addition and subtraction, so and questions. So as some of us are asking our questions, so let's just take that for the next few minutes before we call it a day. So and like I said, okay, Ozan, how do you log in to the software? I'm coming, please. Screenshot. Okay. This is what I'm looking for. Okay. Um, Ozan, can you see my screen? So your sign-in page might look like something like this. Let me zoom it in so that you'll be able to see. You might have something like this. You might have something like this. So you just fill in your details and you sign in. So you see, okay, this place that we have, okay. So that's where you just sign in. So, and like I said, if your system shut down, just pray your system do not shut down. That is the first thing. And if your system shut down, you are done with that exam. I'm sorry, but you are done with that exam. So should your system shut down? So that is end. That will be the end of the training. So if you've learned something, um, just drop it in the comment section that I have learned something. So just drop that so that we'll know how many people are able to gain something from the class. Oyindamola, once we are done with this training, the video will be uploaded to this YouTube channel. So you can just check through whatever we've done since we started this live session. You see the videos, so don't worry about it. You can just recheck and review it. And if probably you have other questions, I'm going to let me drop my number in the comment section for anybody that might need it. So that is my WhatsApp number. So just give me a message, introduce yourself with your name and school, and tell me whatever you want to ask. So that will be all for this class. Let's shut down. The name does not matter. The name of your school does not matter. Leslie, the name of your school does not matter. So it doesn't matter. So the name of your school does not matter. Yes, the live video, let me look at the live video is going to be shared. It's going to be uploaded automatically to the YouTube. So what is short? Sorry, I that is the hospital server where I work. My work as a software manager or software admin in OETS, EMR software. So that is our server that is shouting. So I think that will be all. If there's no any other question. Okay, thank you, Justina. I said she has led something. So that will be all for this class. So I'll be ending the live section now. So like I said, my number has been dropped there. You can send me a message if you do not get it, and the video is going to still be uploaded on this YouTube channel. So you can just check back in 5 minutes, you see the videos for those that join in late. So thank you very much. Enjoy your the rest of your day and have a fruitful and relaxing weekend. Thank you.